hopefully haven't crashed. Nope, the stream hasn't crashed, but my game's crashed. That's fine. We can restart the game and we can kind of really get ourselves in before qualifying starts. But I hope you're all well. Hope you had a good weekend and you're in for a good week. It is the 5th round of the European Le Mans Series this evening. We are going to be racing at Circuit de la Sarthe, aka Le Mans. And it's the usual 1 hour and 20 odd minute race. We're going to be in Split 1, driving the GT3 cars along in the Ford Mustang GT3. And this should hopefully be a good race. I'm hoping that we can continue our run of form that we started in the World Endurance Championship Online Championship last Thursday for their round 5 at Interlagos, where we got pole and went ahead to win the race as well. So I was very, very pleased with that. I'm hoping that we can do a similar thing again here this evening at the Sarthe and have a good trouble-free race. The setup is feeling a little bit interesting, but we should be good for the race, providing that we can survive the cold tyre phase of the lap. That is the bit where the car struggles slightly, but once we get through that, the car is absolutely rapid. Then again, everyone else is going to be struggling. It's quite a quiet, quite a cool evening here for this event. I think it's kind of like below 20 degrees is the temperature, so the track temperature is kind of in and around 15, 16 during qualifying. So, yeah, well, hopefully, where it starts off in the early morning and starts to go through, well, it's going through sunrise effectively, we should start to see warmer temperatures as the race goes through. And obviously, with the tyre strategy that we're going to use here for this race, we should be able to not suffer too much on the cold tyres to begin with. Anyway, so we are now into the session, so let's go ahead and bring that up for you ladies and gents to see. Hello Jensen, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, mate, and hope everyone else who is here lurking in the chat is also doing okay. It's saying that I've got a poor connection, but I'm hoping that things turn around very, very soon. Hello White Eagle. New name, nice to see you. How are you doing? Let us know if there are any issues on your end, or if you can see everything fine. Check that thing. That amount per lap. Yep, so we've got 8 tyres. 8 tyres for this event. Looks and sounds good. Okay, cool. Just YouTube being a little bit funny. It has been a little bit ropey the last couple of weeks, to be fair. Not necessarily the last 1 or 2 streams, but I think just in general, their servers have been struggling. I've seen 1 or 2 people mention things with regards to YouTube being a little bit odd. Either way, we're in Split 1 of 3. This is a big grid race, 62 cars. This is going to be interesting, no doubt. I'm the number 8 car. So I'm intrigued to see how we fare in terms of the GT3s. And there's going to be a few people in the LMB2s who are going to be higher ranking than myself. Jade is in here as well. That's number 9. I'm probably going to be... No, I'm not the highest ranked. Okay, that's not too bad then. So there is one other GT3 who's a higher ranked than me. Otherwise it looks like everyone else who is higher ranked is in the LMP2 car. 2 class. Either way. Taking over into qualifying now. So we'll go ahead and pretty much get ourselves out on track straight away, because that is going to be the way to go. Make sure that we actually get our laps in. Cool. good there. I'm just going to make that change. Let's go ahead and get ourselves on track. Right. We want to look after these tyres. So I'm going to take it nice and easy through throughout the lap, because we're going to be using these in the race as well. Did this race last Tuesday, got P2, couldn't deal with the cold tyres and spun. Ah, that's a real shame. Dusk and went into the night. Interesting. So this is actually in the early morning, so we're actually at sunrise, at dawn. And we're kind of going in towards the day, but as you can see, time there and the clock down in the bottom left, it's 5:46 in the morning. But yeah, cold tyres is definitely a thing here, as you can see. So just taking it very nice and easy, because although we need to generate heat in them, I don't want to be taking unnecessarily tyre life out of them. Denton, you missing sim racing so bad right now? Curiously through me. Well, I'm glad that you are at least able to enjoy it through me. Hopefully you can get yourself back on the sim fairly soon. Somnia. Definitely don't need to change tyres. Okay, interesting. I mean, it is obviously going to be a cost in lap time. 12 seconds to change all four, but yeah, tyre wear isn't too much of an issue here. At Le Mans. Hello, Dot. How's it going? Yeah, exactly, Sonia. I don't want to be sliding or spinning on those tyres at all. So just take a huge chunk of life out of them. Knowing what these tyres are like in these chicanes when they're cold, we're just taking it very, very nice and easy, just to make sure there is absolutely zero chance of there being a hairy moment. All in the name of trying to preserve the tyre life. Finish 77% on all tyres, didn't change them. As long as you don't spin more than once. Okay, interesting. Is that that's definitely this race, right? So it would have ran last Wednesday, I think was time slot? Or is it Tuesday? I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. That's interesting to know about the tyres. I mean, we shall see either way. But that is quite useful information. Last Tuesday night, 10 PM Eastern. Okay. So yeah, you might have caught one of the earlier time slots then over here in Europe, so I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But either way, thank you very much for the info. That's very useful. But yeah, this is a multi-class race, as I was mentioning earlier. So we've got the LMP2 cars here in this field. Hopefully they'll be kind. Obviously, with this being a big grid race, there is 23 LMP2s and 39 GT3s. There's a lot of GT3s, which is quite nice. For us, it means there's less LMP2 terrorists, but the hope is that the Split 2 guys who are up here in Split 1 aren't too bad in terms of their driving standard and don't make any stupid moves. Because that's what you get with these big grid races, is the Split 1 and Split 2 are effectively merged. Maybe a few people from Split 3. Depending on the overall number of sign-ups. Right, this is just a banker lap, so whilst obviously I want it to be fairly good, I'm not too precious about the time here. How many races in the championship remain? 4, including this one. There'll be 3 more after this. I'm not in particularly any strong position with regards to the championship standings. I've had some pretty poor races earlier on, but still, it's good fun to try and pick up good results as and when we can. And yes, the Mustang has very, very nice straight line speed here around the circuit. It's the highest that I've seen out of any of the other cars in my testing. And looking back at previous races here, the Saab World Endurance Championship had around here, and that race was obviously featuring GT3s. The fastest lap in the qualifying for that was a 59.7. Quickest that I've done in practice. No, sorry, it was a 59.5. I did a 59.7. So we can get in under that 4-minute mark if we manage to hook up a good lap. So obviously we're going to be trying to do that. There is one slight issue that we have at the moment. There we go. I was on the wrong profile. So my RPM light bar on my steering wheel was not where I wanted it. That's better. It's now flashing at me to change gear in the right places. It's the other one set for the Valkyrie, which is a bit later. Devon, yes, we should be doing the driver swap event over the weekend, 6 hours of Kota. We'll likely be doing it on the Sunday. It looks like me and Dor will be pairing up for that. We are trying to find more people who will be up for entering under York Sports Racing. So if you fancy doing it, do join the Discord and let us know in the Le Mans Ultimate channel. There's an announcement done in the last couple of days that basically tells you how I'd like you to sign up and make yourself known that you wanting to participate. Oh, that was a big slide, and that's going to cost us some time for sure. So fairly conservative time there. We'll push a bit more on this lap and try and improve on that. But we're not going to. This is not good. This is not where I want to be. There's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to recover 7 seconds. So that is that lap done. Which is really frustrating. But yeah, we have one driver, Arctic Fox, who's looking for a teammate. So it would be cool if anyone else is up for doing it. Signing up and participating. This is going to be us way down the order, by the way. So someone's done a 3:50. Wow, for their opening laps is really impressive. But at least with it, we're kind of preserving the tyres in a way. Still, very, very frustrating. It looks like Ollie's had a... Basically, Ollie's had a spin on his lap. save this quality set. No. Right. Quality. Right. This. Close that. Oh, Jensen, why is it in 10,000 pieces? Indy 6R and another race from the majors. Then Le Mans Ultimate. That's fair enough. I mean, I understand, obviously, people are busy, they're not. Everyone's going to be able to do it. That's kind of what I'm hoping. What are we doing here? Saving that as the race setup, that's what I'm doing. I tumbled down the order now. P11. It's just so frustrating because we've got pace to be up there, like top 4, top 5, pretty easy at this moment. So yeah, people were banging in laps. That was obviously improving on mine. But either way, a little bit of a fun new announcement. Channel memberships are now live here on the channel. You may have seen the post, or you may have seen the Discord. They are now available. There should be a join button underneath this live stream. If you click that, you can become a member of the channel, which obviously will help support me. It is £4.99 per month, and with that, you'll get the nice little tag that Devon has got next to his name, so you stand out a little bit more. Obviously, you get shout out, so obviously thank you to Devon and also Peter Nielsen, also for becoming members already. You get access to emojis, but more importantly, you will get early access to videos before they go live. Usually I tend to leave them on the channel unlisted for about 24 hours. About 24 hours. So you'll get those out a lot earlier, pretty much as soon as they go live and they're kind of HD ready. But also, I'll be doing member-only live streams. Now, one of the main things that I want to do with these is basically stream whenever I'm doing any sort of practicing for these events. So usually it'll be the night before. So with, say, the European Le Mans Series, I'll be streaming practice sessions on a Sunday evening in around similar sort of time to what we're streaming here, kind of 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. And then likewise for the World Endurance Championship, we're streaming usually the Wednesday night, sometimes the Tuesday night, we shall see. But basically, yeah, kind of talk you step by step of how I go about setting up the car. Also, Chris, thank you very much. Cheers for coming in a member and welcome along to the pit crew. Talking you along through the process of setting up the car, how I go about preparing for events, for these races, all the track guides and stuff, and we'll probably do some other members only streams and stuff there. But it's obviously it's a way for you to support me, which is really appreciated, and a way for you to get a little bit of extra in-depth access and some closer access to, I guess, myself and the stuff. For those of you who don't want to become a member, can't afford it, or whatever, you're just happy being a subscriber or just a viewer, that's perfectly fine. Got absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. Nothing is going to change with regards to the usual streaming or video schedule. Everything that I'll be doing here, like this, will be basically free for everybody to watch. So the usual streams, they're not going to become hidden, nor are the setups. They're all going to remain free and accessible for everyone. They'll be uploaded to Ultimate Setup Hub. It's just an extra little thing for me to make a little bit more money here on YouTube, as through your kindness and generosity, and obviously I appreciate that very much, and for you to get a little bit of something in return, a little bit of extra access. So yeah, thank you to everyone, Chris, Peter, and also Devon, for becoming members so far. And yeah, Really, really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy it. Personalised Yorkie bedtime stories. The first 10 members. It's a cheeky little idea. Quite amusing. No idea how to pay YouTube. Well, I think when you go through the members process, you can either do it through PayPal or through a debit or credit card, and then it just takes the money. It's like a normal subscription, effectively. It takes the money through that. Either way, we're going to be starting from P19, so it's going to be a busy race. Busy race. Basic Ollie is starting in front of us. As is David Gibbons behind? He is. Way behind. So, yeah, this will be cool. Trying to work our way through. Just hopefully, things will go well. We can have a good, clean race and we can pick up plenty of positions here. Alright. Here we go, getting rolling. So at least the tyres start off relatively warm. Obviously brakes start slightly preheated as well, but they're cooling down. But once we get rolling, we should get a little bit more heat in them. Right, should be in position here. Elbows will be at the ready, but I'm also quite conscious of how the car feels in this early stage, so we are going to be a little bit vulnerable. Once the tyres are fully up to temperature, we should be all good. We are probably going to get released in the actual chicane, so field is going to spread out a little bit, I think. Hopefully everyone will be sensible on the colder tyres. So everything is slowing down a little bit here. Alright, here we go. Getting ready with the pit limiter. As I say, it will probably be green flag. Yeah, as expected. In the chicane, so hopefully everyone will be fairly smart here. Or 40 FPS. This is not fun. Spinners. Chaos. More spinners and chaos. 6.5 seconds to the race leaders. Up 8 positions already, which is nice. Basic Ollie is just here in front of us. I'm going to go outside here and pick up a little bit of slipstream. We're past Ollie. Very nice and steady. Carefully work our way through. Whilst also trying to fuel save as well, because we do need to save 1 lap worth of fuel. Set our fuel target for that extra lap. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Lexus and BMW. These guys fighting is obviously holding us up though. Oh, that's a dead GT3, so that's a freebie. Interesting stuff going on behind as there's an LMP2 trying to work its way through the field. Alright, P9, 10 places gained on lap 1. Very good start, very, very happy with that. A little bit wide there. That's fine. Try and use the straight line speed advantage of the Mustang that we have here. It'll help us close in a little bit more as these guys are, as we can see, battling. Another yellow flag up in here. We can get down the inside. Oh, Ollie's had some trouble behind. We can get past this BMW. That'd be great. Lexus being kind of giving us the tow here. Just helping us out. And this has worked exactly how I was hoping to. So if we can get the Lexus here, we can then get on chasing after the cars in front. Getting a little bit loose. Tiny little bit of damage on the rear, but that should be fine. They've done without him trying to fight that though, so it's just going to cost us time. But either way, up 2 more places. Right, good pace here. Catching a bunch of the cars up in front already. Oh, BMW made a big mistake there. Maybe looking a little bit loose. We got a good run on them here. Look at this straight line speed. You can defend the line, inside line all you want. We're clearing you before we even get to the braking zone. The thing we got to watch out for is the fact that they are not fuel saving. So he's going to come back at us here. And I really don't want him to be. This is not good. That's fine, he's absolutely blown that corner. Jesus Christ, mate. Where'd it go? Cost us 7-8 temps, if not more. So now we've got 6 seconds to P5 up in front. Bit of work to do. Yep, exactly that free miner. Just gotta be careful with that corner there. Right, let's get into those 201s. We are closing in on the 2 cars in front. Hopefully that does continue. Thank you, high grade. Imagine the cars in front are trying to settle in a little bit, start their fuel saving endeavours. I does struggle tucking in a little bit into Indianapolis. Not by much, but a little bit. Alright, tyre's doing pretty good. Bongo decided that you're rubbish at sim racing. Lance Stroll of sim racing. Couldn't even get sacked by Red Bull. Oof. What makes you rubbish? So one of the good things about sim racing is the online community is pretty diverse in terms of their ability. So there are always people in and around your skill level that you can match up against and race. Oh damn, we set the fastest lap on the previous lap. With a nice little bit of lift and coast as well. 2 cars in front are fighting. 8.5 seconds though to P3. Podium might be a little bit tricky. Not here in this sim, Devon, no. There is no proper wet line. Not in Le Mans Ultimate, not yet, at least. I'm hoping that they will improve their real road system. Make weather more realistic and a little bit more tricky to driving, because at the moment it's basically just a lower grip, dry sort of weather. Like even curbs you don't really have to worry about. I mean, you do to an extent, but you have to also be mindful of the curbs in the dry as well, because I am finding that there are a few curbs in a few traction zones that do actually have a negative impact if you run them. And there's 1 or 2 curbs as well where they've got a little drop off at the end of it, which obviously kicks the traction control in and costs you to drive off the exit of the corner as well. Off the exit of our large corner here is one of those spots. You're fine to brush a curb like that, but get off it before the end. It's not too bad if you're still on the like yellow and blue part, but if you're over the other side of the curb or more towards the back edge, there is a bigger drop there. Our Factor 2 did have a bit of a wet line, from what I've heard. And even though this is based on our Factor 2, they have made a whole bunch of changes. So there are some differences. I mean, I'll suck up this penalty here. Jesus, race leader's gone and done a 59. I mean, it's possible here on this sort of fuel load, but that's really impressive pace. Or rear end wandering a little bit there. Podium is starting to slip away from us a little bit, but they're also not fuel saving either, so interesting. Setting everything up for the pit stop. Ready to go. Yeah, with the tyres at the moment having gone through half a stint, they are in pretty good shape. Bongo saying did a 47 Monza, but people doing 44s. Yeah, is that an ACC, Bongo? So Costa, who put up quite a resilient defence against us, is now down in P10, about 8 seconds behind us. And that battle did definitely cost us about a second, maybe a second and a half. Free miner, it's not too uncommon here at this circuit. Especially in the cooler conditions. Air temperature is 19 degrees, track temperature is 16. So it's pretty cold. Oh, that's a freebie. But with the really long straights, there's not too many places where the rears get worked too much. Obviously through here there's plenty of load going through the tyres, but it's mainly the fronts that are getting worked the most. Zero faster than the majority of the cars up in front. It's only really P1 and P2, I think. A little quicker there on that lap. Not like ACC. Have to get them in a specific window to get anything like a lap time. As long as they're over 60 degrees C, you're going to have a reasonable amount of grip. These medium tyres, their optimals kind of in and around 87 to 92, maybe 94, depending on the circuit. So, yeah, as long as they're above 60, it should be fine, and you're going to have pretty good grip. But yeah, tyre pressures isn't really a thing here. Just run minimum tyre pressures and away you go. Bongo ACC, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I imagine a lot of people doing the 144s are probably running meta setups. Just basically the softest that you can get. Probably low, obviously very low wing. Pretty sure. Indeed I have. I've done a couple of races in the Bentley at Monza and live streamed them, so Bongo, go and take a look back through the live streams that I've done in the past, and there should be one of the Bentley at Monza. I think it's called Dueling Bentleys, if I remember correctly, but in the live stream I do show my setups, so feel free to pinch it and use it and see if it helps you out with a little bit of lap time. Yeah, in the daily races you're not really going to notice it too much, because they'll start at much higher, warmer temperatures. I think they have tyre blankets in the daily races as well, whereas these don't necessarily have tyre blankets, but they do start somewhat preheated. Because here at Le Mans in practice, they're starting down at 20 odd degrees C, and in the race they were at 50 at the beginning of the formation lap. We're quite nicely in the top 5. We're in a slightly better position than everybody else in front with regards to the fuel saving. So we could start to be a little bit more aggressive on that, I think. And fuel save less. But it will help us with our pit stop and having to take less fuel on board. Yeah, the Bentley's nice. I do like the Bentley as well. It's just a shame that it doesn't run anymore. In other series, it would be very cool to see it here at Le Mans. This is obviously quite tricky because we're chasing down another Ford Mustang here, which they're like me on zero wing. They're going to have very good straight line speed along here. Races 19 laps, could do two tanks, 20 laps. Yeah, we're going to be quite comfortable in terms of fuel. So I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to get to the end of lap 11, which is good. This is what we need to do. It's going to be 10 laps in the next stint. I was getting right on the limit there. Felt the rear starting to wander slightly as we were coming off the brake there. In this lap we are going to get caught by the LMP2s, I think. Jardet's in P3. See that. I don't know where Valentin Barrier is. He's not in the top 3. Okay, looks like it's going to be next lap the LMP2s catch us. Which is quite nice because this should be in and around, hopefully, the Mulsanne Straight, so hopefully we don't lose time with the LMP2s trying to filter their way through. We can get a little bit of slipstream off of them. Thank you, Mr. DJ Smooth. Guy in front, Magnus, has picked up a little bit of pace. Right, LMP2s are on their way. How are we doing tyre-wise? Looking pretty good. Oh, I'm glad you do. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in and saying hi. So yeah, the question is going to be, do we change tyres? I don't think we're going to need to. I think we should be fairly good. Obviously, if we don't change them, they're going to be nice and warm. Coming out the pit lane, which is going to bode well for us. Here comes an LMP2. Should hopefully clear us before the braking zone. A lift as well, just to give him a little bit of extra room. I'm not sure this Lamborghini in P3 is going to make it unless they're planning on doing their fuel saving in the second stint. Okay, we're good. On the fuel front. Hopefully the LMP2 doesn't impede us there. Chardier is unfortunately going to catch us in the Porsche curves. So hopefully he times that right. Here he comes. He's taking away my aero. Here comes barrier. Fuck off. Silly place to look. I know, Dor. I could just see him looking though. It's just like, you're not coming through the forward chicane. It's a big no-no. Always ends in tears if a faster class car tries to come through, especially that late when I'm committing to my line. So just remind you, ladies and gents, if you weren't here earlier on, I have turned on channel memberships now on the channel. So if you want to support me and willing to part way with a little bit of cash price of basically a £5 per month, one, that would be massively appreciated, but two, you will get access to exclusive live streams, practicing for these events. I'll show you my entire setup process that I go through, learning the circuit, preparing all these online championship races and the larger driver swap events as well. You'll get early access to videos. So I usually keep them unlisted for about 24 hours after uploading them. And you also get a nice little membership badge, as well as some exclusive emojis and things like that. So if you are enjoying the content here that I do on the channel and want to support me, it'll be massively appreciated. There should be a join button underneath this here live stream that will allow you to become a member. You'll become part of the pit crew, what I've named it. And if you don't want to, that's totally cool. You have absolutely no obligation to become a member. Nothing else on the channel here is going to change. I'm still going to be live streaming these races to everybody. It's basically just a couple of extra live streams per week that you'll get access to, as well as maybe some other exclusive members only live streams that we do. But otherwise, these races will still continue as normal. We'll still have access to all the setups. Everything with regards to that will remain free as well. I'm not going to lock those off behind paywall, because I don't believe in doing so, and I want to help the wider community. And indeed, there is the Lamborghini pitting. Ward, thank you very much. Massively appreciate your generosity there. Welcome along to the pit crew. Thanks for becoming a member. You're absolute legend. Starting to rack up a few track limits warning penalties here, but it's not too bad at this stage. Right, so we're going to need another 10 laps. 92% should get us pretty comfy. That's with all that fuel ratio. Looks like we lost a little bit of ground to Magnus in front. Try and refocus here and see if we can close up a little bit more. Thank you very much, Maud. Very, very kind of you. I'm glad that the content does help. Do aim in the coming weeks to try and produce a few more videos, some educational ones, to help you ladies and gents out here in Le Mans Ultimate and general sim racing as well. So look forward to those. There's a couple of other videos as well that I've been sitting on and haven't got round to doing as of yet, which I really need to do. One in particular I've been absolutely terrible at, and put off for the longest time. I was meant to do it way back in December. Actually, there's two. So yeah, I need to get round to those. Hey Peter, thank you very much for becoming a member, mate. Glad to see you part of the pit crew. We have closed a little bit on Magnus here on this lap. This is good. Alright, very quickly chat. What do we do in terms of tyres? Do we change them? Do we keep them? As you can see, the car's struggling a little bit in a couple of places. 79, 80%. Yeah, what do we do? Change or no? We're gonna have to be very quick. The moment we're leaning towards no change. We may struggle towards the end. We're going no change. Oh, DJ Smooth came in and changed them right at the end. A little bit too late though. If you're enjoying this race, guys, please leave the give the live stream a like. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. It'll be much appreciated. Hope that you're enjoying the content and these races. Almost trouble there in the pit lane. People getting underway. Oh, we jumped ahead of the Mustang. Magnus has not changed tyres, but he's taken full fuel. Free Miner, thank you very much. Cheers for becoming part of the pit crew. Awesome, very much appreciated. You absolute legends. But we jumped a position. And amongst all that, and it seems like other people haven't changed tyres either. So it seems like the right decision. Now just got to try and close in on the cars up in front. That was pretty close in a number of ways there in the pit lane. Free money. Consider it back payment for all the ACC track guides. Thank you very much. And yeah, Dora was a very, very tight exit. Thank you, DJ Smooth. Thank you very much, No Lift, Chris. Understeer. It's alright, we survived. It's the main thing. We do have the tyres though, Jensen. All is good. They may not be new ones, but we have the tyres. This is going to be an interesting fight. Magnus does have pace. We do have 1 lap less fuel than they do though. Big question is, who has looked after their tyres better? And the Lamborghini in front. Just over 8 seconds up the road. How much fuel? Actually, no, they should be fine at that. They're going to have to do a little bit of fuel saving, I think, at 84%. But they should make it without another stop. Not unless they go absolutely ham and do a terrible job of fuel saving. Already understood there. Move the brake bias rearwards a little bit. Oh, that's wide. Nicht gut. Look at the LMP2 smart. And not very smart. That's screwed over Magnus big time. It's helped us out quite a lot there. Second and a half. And yeah, Magnus quite rightly flashing the lights there at the LMP2 as well. Go on, you can go around the outside of me here. Come on. Let's consolidate P4. See if we can get a podium. Try and let some of the cooler air from outside in. Pulling away from Magnus behind. It's nice. I wonder if they have picked up some damage. So that LMP2 was a little bit forceful. Trying to come through there at the chicane. We do still have more LMP2s to make and filter their way through as well. Almost too deep there. Almost. Drop the like for the extra horsepower to catch the podium places. Thank you very much. If everyone else can do so as well, that'd be much appreciated. It's an extra 5 imaginary horsepower for every like. Love how you can hear the underside of the car scraping and bottoming out in places. And I like how it sounds realistic as well. It sounds like the onboards do when you hear the cars scraping and bottoming out. It's not the sound that you would hear outside, it's the sound that you would hear sat in the cockpit of the car, as it should be. Properly immersive. Right, let's not run deep here this time. That's it. And that gap steady to Magnus behind. Ooh, pushing too hard though. full temp onto the straight. After the LMP2 might have some damage. Tuck in. Got the timing of that horribly wrong. I have even more fuel than we actually need. No, surely. Fuel calculator saying I got a lap and a half more than what is needed. Maybe the pace of the LMP2s isn't quite as quick as we were expecting. Yeah, if it goes 21, then I'm spot on. I would like it to go to 21. So then it means that others are at risk of not making it. Although I do have a couple of percentage in hand on that, so they might be fine. Oh, Gibbo's done well, managed to get himself up into P7, who started near enough from the back of the grid. I mean, there was a ton of places to be made on lap 1, as we managed to do. So I imagine he also profited quite nicely from that. He is nearly 30 seconds behind. Now, chat, what do we reckon if we had started on the podium, towards the front of the grid? Say we started P6, 7 or 8, somewhere around there. Do you reckon we'll be in a podium position? Or do you think the pace of the top 3 was just that little bit too much? Yeah, I see him coming. No lift Chris there with the belief. He reckons I would be on the podium. Jensen with the realistic approach would have been involved in those 2 crashes, yeah, most likely. Knowing what my luck has been like lately, apart from obviously last Thursday, we had a good race then. 3 minor P3, but no higher. Also, with the unfortunate bad luck, what would have been prediction. It's a mixed bag. Some of you are like, yes, you would have got it. Others are like, nah, yeah. You would have died. Wishful thinking. Try and hold Magnus up here. I can keep him just over a second, that would be great. Sim racing doesn't carry real life consequences, yeah, that's true. And as we saw, it looked like there was quite a few lap 1 heroes. We weren't necessarily in the chill seats. I mean, it kind of worked out for us that everyone was sensible going through the forward chicane, and that in itself helped spread the field in and around us out a little bit more, gave a bit more vision to see what was going on with the spinning cars up in front. A little bit wide. Never mind. Take that track limits on the chin. Still got plenty left in hand. Still got the 1.5 gap. LMP2s are a long way off again, still. It's been surprisingly how quiet it has been with the LMP2s. Them only kind of coming through once. Which has been nice. It's just made it a bit more of a straight fight between us GT3s without too much interference. It does take away from the multi-class element a bit though. We washed a little bit there. trying to stay cool and calm. Magnus trying to apply pressure from behind. Hello, Graham. How's it going, buddy? Struggled a little bit there. Magnus is really using the gravel track to his advantage, and we brake way too early for that corner. Yep, lost half a second in those two turns alone. Indeed, Mustang versus Mustang. Glad you're all good though. Sounds like you had a busy end to the week last week. And I hope you're set for the draft tomorrow evening as well. Tuck in, tuck in, tuck in. And again. I'm just using up his track limits tokens. Usually I'd keep second gear going off the exit of the forward chicane there, but using first is just helping pull that just a little bit more off the corner. Yeah, Max is really going for the track limits there. I mean, I know we were wide as well, but we didn't hook up the apex as well as I wanted to. No idea about the NFL draft tomorrow. I know. It's all just going to be luck of the draw, I think. Depending on who ends up getting first pick. But I have no idea who's in form and who's not. So kind of purely relying off of the off of last season's stats and the predictions for this season as well on the app. Right, we are going to get an LMP2 in this lap. Either way, just trying to keep myself nice and clean as well. If I can do that, at least keep him somewhat at bay, but we're a little bit deep there. Didn't hook up that inside curve as well as I wanted to. Starting to feel the tyre drop off. Go outside. Thank you. Yeah, a bit of oversteer there, trying to get the power down. Is Race Pro worth it for the championship modes? I'd say so, yes. I only race in the online championships. I don't do daily races. Not unless is basically the off season. Otherwise I do these pretty much exclusively. Like, I might consider a weekly, but I stay away from the dailies. And then obviously I do the special events as well. But if you're going to do it, go for the lower tier subscription, unless you want to get all the DLCs as well. Yeah, I know, you were just really unlucky there with McCaffrey getting injured pretty much straight away. And then getting injured again on his first game, back. I've seen a few players that are questionable already. Just need to look into what their injuries actually are, as to how questionable they're actually going to be for like the start of the season or the whole season. Scott, at least you're finding it relaxing. I'm trying to soak up and absorb all the pressure here that Magnus is doing. It. To be fair though, we have pulled half a second or so on him since the forward chicane, so it's going well, but he has some pace about him, and there's a couple of corners where he is stronger than myself and is gaining time. I'm just purely focusing on trying to nail braking points and apexes. I'm not too worried about his pace. If I could just focus on myself, making sure that I'm nailing the corners whilst being safe, because obviously we are on more worn tyres. So just being smooth, precise, I know that we should hold him off. So I just need to keep doing that flow and rhythm, and try not to distract myself with other things, thinking other things. This corner here I do need to sort out. Last time around it was a little deep, so we'll brake a little bit earlier. More on a straighter line as well. But the apex is a little bit better, but the rear tyres were spinning it a little bit. Not enough to step the rear end out, but I could feel it. Someone's not happy with Costa's driving. Always drops time onto the straight. Fast under braking elsewhere though, yeah. It seems like Mulsanne corner, the braking zone of that, so turn 14, through to about where we are now. Maybe the exit of the Corvette curve, so we're in the Porsche curves now. Now we're into the Corvette curves here. And through karting, where we go very, very wide. To be fair, so does he. Through that section is relatively strong. But it seems like I've got a bit more of an aggressive line through here, and in the first part of the lap, there's a lot of inside curve. That's where we seem to have the upper hand. Oh, LMP2 coming out of the pits. It's fine, it's not going to hold us up. Hopefully they don't do anything stupid down through here. Go, 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 go. Put us up a little bit there, not too much though, so that's okay. I imagine he was on slightly cold tyres. 5 more minutes, 2 more laps. Got the fuel in hand. Oh, understeer. Oh, LMP2 off. Here comes the race leader. They should clear us before the braking zone for the second chicane. Indeed they will. I'm a little bit deep there, but nothing too bad. Bit better traction that time. Oh, Barry has managed to get ahead of Jardier. Chasing down P2. Oh, that was a tap there between Magnus and the LMP2 and P2. Come on, Barry, you can get us as well before the Porsche cars. Indeed you will. So now it's just Jardier. He needs to time this well. But he should do. Oh, he's getting time master there on that lap. Last lap. Right, let's hold it together. Got 8 temps. Plenty of time. Oh, bit wide. Thank you, Dort. Cheers for the encouragement. Should be all good. He's out of slipstream range. And we are marginally pulling on him on this straight. So we've just got to hope there's no real interference from LMP2's yellow flag up in front. And it's a GT3. There he is. P3. Question is, does he have damage? might have been from the LMP2s coming through. Not entirely sure. Looks like he might not have a rear wing. Yep, Lamborghini's got no rear wing. It's a good P3. It's going to be very tricky for them to hold on some of the higher speed, faster corners. So they're going to really struggle coming here into Indianapolis. Hopefully they're smart about it though, and don't fight too hard. So they're going to need to survive. They can get a P5 here. Steady, go, steady. They are being smart then. That's really unfortunate for them, but obviously it's good for us. What's this LMP2 going to do? Go outside. Yep, that's fine. Thank you for being patient. Just need to hold it together now. Not be doing that. Let's go, P3, come on, get in there. Oh, we have another lap spare as well, just in case. Lovely, 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 lovely stuff. Oh, it is warm. It is warm. Oh, wow. What a race that was in the end. Very, very happy with that. Yeah, Jensen. I saw what you said earlier. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers for the support with that one. Turned out to be an absolute cracker. Where did Basic Ollie finish? He did not. DNF for him. How unfortunate. Chardier P4 in the end. Deary me. Right, we'll jump out on a session. We'll take a look at the results. We'll take a look at the replay. And I'm going to very quickly go to the loo, so I'll be right back a second. Sorry. So it's still generating results. Oh. said on pace would be P3. Is it? Thanks, Thor. It was very touch and go when I asked. I did ask earlier on what you guys thought. Okay, but I wanted to double check at the end. But changing tyres was the right thing to do. So Somnia, thank you very much for the tip there. You're an absolute legend. That helped out massively. Because otherwise, I don't think we would have been there. We would have lost 12 seconds. So P5, maybe P4 at the end, depending on what. Because there would have been obviously a pace difference, so they would have been able to keep up in terms of lap time a little bit better. But it was like a second a lap, so it was. So we probably would have lost net about 2 to 4 seconds, I reckon. In that second stint, by changing tyres. So, yeah, we would have been P4 off the base of that. Thank you very much, Well, there, Free Miner. And yeah, that was a good race. It was nice. It's nice to turn this string of bad luck that we've had, turn that around and actually start getting some good results where we should be. I think a good portion of that is attributed to some setup learnings that I've found out in the last couple of weeks, especially going into Interlagos. It kind of reaffirmed some things with what I kind of discovered on the GT3 cars. Also worked on the hypercars, so that helped us out there with some pretty impressive pace. And then here, took those learnings and kind of went a little bit extreme with the setup in some ways, but it resulted in fantastic pace. And it's just a case of just managing the car and driving to the car, rather than trying to really push. So I imagine it's what a lot of the esports guys are doing, in a way. You see that, Free Miner, secret settings, but at the same time, I upload my setups to Ultimate Setup Hub, so you can download them after this race. I'll be uploading the qualifying set and also the race set from this one. So there's no real secret settings. Stuff that you guys can use as well. But it's basically just go soft with the car setup. As long as the car's not bottoming out massively, you should be fine. And the car does bottom out a little bit if you go ultra soft on this, i.e. take away the packers as well. But keeping a little bit of the packers in. Keeping a little bit of the packers in helped. Because the car does bottom out a fair amount in Indianapolis, as you can hear, and a couple of other places. And when it does it in Indianapolis, where I basically had the car as low as it can go on the softer suspension with no packers at all, the car was washing out wide going through the first part of Indianapolis, which was putting me in the middle of the road or on the left-hand side going into the braking zone for the left-hander, Indianapolis proper, which obviously wasn't working. So I chucked a little bit of packers back on both the front and rear, and that helped. You could probably go a little bit more on the rear, but I do find that coming through the Porsche curves, the car's a little bit more sketchy. As the car's squatted down, it's resting on the packers, so you get a little bit more rotation whilst on throttle. But with that, obviously cold tyres, or when the tyres are worn and running zero wing, you've got no leeway there. If you're sat resting on the packers, the car's going to start over rotating, and then once it starts to go, that's it. You're off on your way. Yes, Devon. Pretty much. Basically just run the car as low as you can, and then wing settings as needed for the track. Whereas the default setups for this has the car pretty much as stiff as it can go in terms of suspension, and it's running 2-wing, whereas I've gone soft as it can go and 0-wing, and that gained me an extra 4 or 5 kph on the straights. Does it help feel rear end slip? Can't really sense it in the setups. Not really. As well with the camber, so I've gone very low camber rather than a default camber, which is a reasonable amount of camber applied, because that also helps get straight line speed through rate of contact patch. With the lower camber, you roll over the edge of the tyre a little bit more, so rather than the tyre feeling quite peaky at the limit, it feels more like a soft mound. So it's a lot more difficult to distinguish where the limit of grip is. You can hear it on the car when the tyres start squealing. That's basically once you're at the limit. If you continue to push through, it's either going to understeer or oversteer, depending on the balance of the car and where it is that you are grip limited at that point. But yeah, once it starts to go on low camber, there's a lot less margin to catch the car, whereas with more camber, there's a little bit more room. It's a little bit more forgiving when it starts to slip. You don't have to be quite as quick, so the car is quite edgy on the setup, but it works. I think the camber thing is actually the thing that does net you the top speed. I think that was the big thing that got me like the extra 4 or 5 kph. I think it was only like 1 or 2 Ks through the rear wing, and obviously running the car as low as possible is always going to help as well. But anyway, here's the start. So we're at one position already. We started P19 on the grid. No. Getting past this guy was going to be the one position. But yeah, we started P19 on the grid, or P20. Managed to get this guy into turn 1. Yeah, there we go. So we're now up to P18. Thankfully, we had some space in front of us, so we can be relatively aggressive, and that guy sliding behind, and then there was that. So I didn't really see that guy. I saw that guy there, and then I saw this Lexus being bounced out the way, and then just about managed to catch a glimpse of this car going sideways, and I was thinking, he's going that way, let's go this way. And that worked out nicely. And then in front, no idea what happened there between those 3 guys. And then this is just understeer central because the car is really quite sketchy on cold tyres. That's one thing to watch out for, free minor, is you've got to get through that first lap and a half, and then you can start pushing a fair bit more. And yeah, Graham, we went up to like P10 on the opening lap here. Yeah, it was P10 because we managed to get basic ollie on the next straight. But yeah, we had a very, very nice gain. Potentially. I think it's after that first incident, I think there's a few people being a little bit silly. I think with their rejoin. We'll try and take a look at that in a minute. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so where did... Basic ollie started P10. Okay start, I did lose 1 position to the Lamborghini. And Magda started like P11. Okay. So it was from cars in front. What is this LMP2 doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to fast forward there. So LMP2 trying to make it 3 wide. Commander, I don't think saw the LMP2 trying to go down the inside. Wasn't really left much room. That sucks, not much you can do there. Oh, that was almost a wipeout there as well. It was one of these guys. So it's quite lucky for them. Part of the seas there. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, and that guy pretty much spun in sympathy. Let me select him. This guy. Oliviera, what happened? I did get tagged. Car slowing down in front. That's a real shame. Right. Let's do this. Let's go to the end of the race. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he lost it by himself. He did. So it wasn't LMP2s. Oh dear. That'll be why I was able to get away quickly. Those that want to try the championship modes, what are your suggestions? I'd recommend it. Daily races are a bit of a cesspool. And the races aren't really long enough to properly appreciate a lot of the physics and the various different aspects of multi-class racing here in LMU. There are a couple of online championships that are shorter, about 45 minutes. And then one being, I think, about an hour. And then the two that I'm part of are the longest ones, which are an hour and 20 and an hour and 40. But I really enjoy them. Like the best racing as well. A lot of the really fast guys come to race. Obviously, there are incidents, as you see. But generally, the racing is much, much cleaner and more enjoyable. For that reason, I find. Plus, the variety is just really, really good in terms of the schedules and things like that. You get more like mixed weather conditions and more wet races. Obviously, we are limited by content, but generally, I find the racing here much, much better and less desperate. There are obviously people who do fight unnecessarily, as we're kind of seeing with two cars in front. But like, they're being respectable about it. They're giving each other racing room. There is obviously the odd little brush and a bit of contact here and there sort of thing, but there's nothing major going on. I'll say. So what happened to Ollie then? That looked like a whole bunch of fun in the background there. What was all this about? Whoa, we had a very violent snap and then an MP2. Whoa, that Mustang also had a very violent snap. Did he dab the brake there? He did. That dab of brake, little kick there, was enough to just unload the rear, overload the front, and that was the car going. Oh dear. Yeah, that is the problem with the Mustang on the colder tyres, is you do have to be a bit more careful with the braking and how you load up the front tyres coming off the brakes into corners. You do have to wait a lap or so for the tyres to actually come up to temperature first before you can start to attack the braking zones and the corner entries a little bit more. That's all good fun. And then we have an absolute monster of a lap here, gaining 2 more positions. And it worked out beautifully. Obviously, we lost a little bit of ground there. Closed up nicely quite there. And then again, these two fighting here coming to the braking zone helped us out an absolute ton. So we're able to set ourselves up nicely for a good drive off the exit. Really leaning on the corner. And the tyres grip, and that's where Ollie had his crash, so we'll go back to that in a second. And this Lexus moving over helped us out, pick up a little bit of slipstream. He was obviously wanting to pull away from the BMW. Yeah, Dor, I think he outbraked himself a little bit. And then was completely offline and yeah, asking too much of the rears, as you say. But yeah, 2 overtakes in a couple of corners. It was exactly as I was hoping for. So that's usually what happens with this. If you run the softest setup that you possibly can on the Mustang, what happens here is pretty much exactly what happens, but when you're on the racing line. So coming here, turn in, the car's a little bit sketchy, it bottoms out coming through here, and then it throws the car over to basically this side, which is obviously not ideal for the next right-hander, so I had to chuck a bit of hacker back in order to prevent that from happening. A little bit of contact there, a tiny little bit of damage on the rear, but it's not bad. I'll very quickly take a look at trying to get past Costa, because yeah, he made the mistake there. So 203, 200. Do they lift down here, or is this just pure straight line speed? So we're 8 kilometers an hour faster at the moment. So he doesn't lift. I think that's just pure straight line speed. Probably with the amount of ring that they're running, but I kind of had a semi-look there because I lifted and braked slightly earlier, and then they had a better exit. And then I'm lifting and coasting, which allows them to come up alongside, but they're a bit all over the place. They get a good run off the exit here, though. They're trying to use my straight line speed. And then I lifted and coasting coming into here. They brake way too late on the curb, going deep. So nearly. Ended up taking me out there as well, as that is a lot of oversteer. They are indeed turning away. Thankfully their front wheels managed to grip back up again before there was a hit. Thank you very much, Dort. Catch you later, buddy. I'll message you in the next day or so. I'll send you over a possible set for the Ford Mustang for Kota if you're up for doing it in the Mustang. as I do have a setup there already. It's not perfect. Can do with a little bit more refinement and probably get a bit more speed out of it after my latest learnings, but it certainly served me well last time I raced there. So I think I got the race win there as well. Let's go back a couple of laps here and see what happened to Ollie. Got that, no problem. Cool. We'll probably go with the Mustang then for next weekend. Seeing as you're more comfortable with GT3s, and obviously I'm happy doing the Mustang. So everything there will fine and normal. Still losing ground a bit. So it's in here that they end up having this incident. What happens? Or a wiggle. And then just bails. Oh, don't say his shoulder went again. Is that what happened? I don't know if anybody knows, if anyone's looked at his stream, but last week at Spa, his shoulder went after doing an endurance race on iRacing. And yeah, basically had to stop the car. I'm wondering if that's the same thing here. But either way, that's, I think, pretty much everything now. What kind of wanted to look at the on the replay anyway. No, it wasn't. I wanted to take a look at the pit stop, because the pit stop was fun. Either way, let's take a look at the results from that race there. Rank breakdown. Up 16 places. Lovely stuff. There! I was the second highest rated GT3 driver. I'm not too surprised in that, especially with qualifying as well. If I qualified normally, I think I would have got positive rating. They're both S2. But obviously, probably one of them is lower S2 than myself. There. That's not a Ford Mustang. That is a... That's an LMP2 car. Yeah, a whole bunch of gains. Various different people there. Right. Let's very quickly go take a look at the pit stop, and then we shall be done. Oh. Either way, ladies and gents, please do like the live stream, because that was a very, very good fun race, starting from P19 and managing to get onto the podium. Very, very happy with that. I didn't look at the number of points that I got. Never mind. But yeah, very, very pleased with that result, and hopefully the run of form can continue Thursday as well. Which, I try and remember where Thursday is going to be. Can't quite remember off the top of my head the wet calendar. So it is basically following that. So I'll take a very quick look. Canada, 2025. Brazil, USA, Dakota. Cool. So I'm getting a bit of COTA practice in for WEC before COTA this weekend. Should be interesting. Alright. So yeah, we'll very quickly go and jump to the pit stops once this is loaded. Bow, 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 bow. Well, at least the YouTube issues sorted themselves out earlier. It's good to see. Alright, Jensen, if you're heading off, thanks for tuning in, mate. It was good to see you. And look forward to catching up again on Thursday as well. Alright, here we go. And he's coming through. Here we go. So here's our pit lane. I think we closed up a fair amount on Magnus in the actual pit entry as well. So it felt like we were more aggressive than he was coming into the pit lane. And yeah, I managed to stop in the box quite nice. Get rotated round. And then this was a busy pit exit. Jesus Christ. We're going to show us another better angle. Yeah. So, oh, the Lexus got screwed over by both myself and Magnus coming out. Just about managed to squeeze out there ahead of him. And then that worked very, very nicely. Oh, this is... Oh, no, no, no. That's good. That's good. Okay. Good stuff. Well, ladies and gents, that's it going to be it for this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Very much appreciated the support here on the channel, liking the live stream. New subscribers, I think there was 1 or 2 before the live stream started, and then yeah, there's a couple of guys joining the becoming members. Chris Wilson, Moed, and also Free Miner. Thank you very much to the 3 of you, and of course Devon and Peter as well. So you guys joined over the weekend. So yes, if you want to become a member here on the channel and support me, you can do so by clicking the join button down underneath the live stream window here, underneath the screen that you're watching. It is £5 per month, and it will get you access to videos coming out earlier before anyone else sees them. Exclusive emojis and stickers. You get a little label next to your name. Obviously, shout outs in here in the live streams, and also the videos as well. But most importantly, the big thing, the biggest benefit is I'll be live streaming my practice sessions in preparation for these online championship races and other events. Streaming those so you can see how I prepare for these events, how I go about learning tracks, sorting out the car setup, basically preparing for these races. So if you want insider insight into that, then feel free to click and join, become a member, become part of the pit crew. Otherwise, content will continue here as usual, as it is accessible for everybody. And apart from those practice live streams and a few other, we'll do some other member-only live streams that will likely stay member-only viewable after they are done as well. But yeah, nonetheless, support is appreciated. And yeah, make sure to check out Ultimate Setup Hub to find all the setups that I've been uploading. Graham, thank you very much, mate, for becoming a member. Cheers, buddy. Really appreciate that. But yes, it'll be awesome to see you guys again on Thursday night. Until then, though, have fun, look after yourselves, stay safe. Thanks for the support.